What's going on, family? We are here checking out a artist that I am not familiar with in Chinchilla. But you guys have been pushing me in the direction to check this artist out because of how much I've enjoyed the artist Ren. So I might as well listen to you guys and go ahead and check out their music. So many of you have said that Little Girl Gone was the perfect place to start with this artist. So let's go ahead and check her out.
Say that again, I didn't quite hear you mess with the wrong bitch.
So I heard you're back in town and haven't changed a bit, man. You get all
Talk about an intro right there. Like, you messed with the wrong bitch.
talking down to the little man. Time you get what you deserve. Wow, you're so fucking stupid. Been a while since my head was this polluted. Lucky I know my own word. So you wanna fight me? Are you big enough? Kick the back of my knee. Are you serious? You keep on trying, boy. I like your blood on my teeth, just a little too much. So bite me, slap me around the face. Now I'm twisting your arm till I hear it break. I get stronger every day.
Oh boy, like, you gonna take the hat off, like, just to disrespect already. He's over here pitching the girl his ass. Like, does that really, like, still happen, like, in public places like this? Like, I know it's been a major problem for a long time, but, like, now that the day and age of cell phones are out there, is it still, like, this much of a problem? Like, I feel like this is kind of like a snap in time kind of thing of, like, this kind of stuff used to happen a lot, especially before the day and age of cell phones.
Little girl gone, got a gun from a gangster. Run, little girl, bang. Say that again, I didn't quite hear ya. Mess with the wrong bitch in the wrong era. I've been at work and I got my badge of honor. Honey, I've changed so much since I last saw ya. Hands on my head, help every day. You ding ding, hold my earrings for my debut. Cause I pack a punch backed into a corner. Come at me, don't tell me I didn't warn ya.
She kind of sounds a little bit like kind of like the way that, like, I think it's like Sia. Like, my sister listens to a lot of Sia, and like the way that that chorus kind of sounds reminds me a lot of like her voice that way. But definitely a lot more raw and like aggressive attitude over here from Chinchilla. Definitely like that a lot.
Did you think I'd be easy? Snap me like bamboo. Pull me into the soul of your jackboot. Wish I could bottle the taste. Cause I drink up that look on your face. So you wanna fight me? Are you big enough? Kick the back of my knee. Are you serious? You keep on trying, boy. I like your blood on my teeth, just a little too much.
Fire.
So bite me, slap me around the face. Now I'm twisting your arm till I hear it break. I get stronger every day. Yeah. Little girl gone, got a gun from a gangster. Run, little girl, bang. Say that again, I didn't quite hear you. Mess with the wrong bitch in the wrong era. I've been at work and I got my badge of honor. Honey, I've changed so much since I last saw ya. Hands on my head, help every day. You ding ding, hold my earrings for my debut. Cause I pack a punch backed into a corner. Come at me, don't tell me I didn't warn ya.
I don't, this beat is hard, bro. Like when you need the energy lift, you get the energy lift. Like that's why, like, even like in the beginning when you get the slow build, when you kind of got like that little bit of like that little kind of Western twang in the beginning after you get that really dope intro, and it kind of like shifts into the musicality of the song. It kind of gets like a little bit of like that Western kind of vibe, and then it like comes in with all the energy, like when it gives you like the bass drop, and when it kind of like kicks up the energy in the chorus, it kind of gets you like on a roller coaster throughout like the song, and like all the right places. Like when you want it, when you lower it down, she's whispering to you, then raise it back up, and she's yelling at you like, this is fire.
Little girl gone, got a gun from a gangster. Run, little girl, faster. Little girl gone, got a gun from a gangster. Honey, I've changed so much since I last saw ya. Hands on my head, help every day. You ding ding, hold my earrings for my debut. Cause I pack a punch backed into a corner. Come at me, don't tell me I didn't California.
Fire, fire, fire. It makes me think about the fact that I think that like a lot of guys out there, like they have a hard time like relating to like female lyrics about kind of like standing up for yourself and kind of like being strong and powerful and like being kind of like a killer, if you will. Where for me, I always connect with the how much do you believe it? If you believe it and it feels real, it makes me feel the realness from you. So I relate to it. It doesn't have to be your feelings match my feelings. I just got to believe that your feelings are actually there, if that makes any sense. Because I've heard a lot of songs that were similar like this, where I didn't feel like I connected with them as much as I did with like this song, because this song I felt like I believe her. I believe that this is like when she says like I'm venomous this way, I believe her. Like I don't want to get bit by you. Like for real, for real. Like, don't mess with this one. It's kind of like the vibe that you get like when you're getting this kind of attitude kind of like pushed at you. And it feels good, man. This song gets me hyped. It makes me like want to like just kind of like, just go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's good. And I'm fucking with it. I did appreciate the overall concept of the music video. I think it's always kind of cool when people like play out the idea of like cowboys and cowgirls and stuff like that. So like seeing her dress up like that was kind of cool. Definitely seen that a lot in America, especially with the idea with the fact that we have like country music is very major and popular in America as well. So definitely seen a lot of like representation of like cowboys and cowgirls out throughout music videos for sure, for sure. So definitely not a new concept there, but one of the things that I did really appreciate the most about this music video was the fact that like they had like the whole like getting the guy like behind the thing like, in captivity and kind of like playing out the overall idea of like kind of like what you would do in those scenarios. Because it's like one of those things where if you could get that one person, like that one person that everybody has probably that one person. Dude, let's be honest, guys. Everybody's got at least that one person that you just kind of want to get your grubby little finger. Yeah, you just want to get them, and like you just kind of like as bad and terrible as it is, like you just think about like what you would do if like the rules didn't matter anymore, and that person was like in your tied up in your basement. So seeing her have fun with that idea was really cool. I really enjoyed that overall concept, probably a little bit more than I liked the idea of the cowgirl thing, even though I did think that was cool. And it's always cool like to see somebody do something like that, especially outside of the US. So that way, like I said, like, we see a lot of it inside the United States. And so like I have kind of like a higher like standard when it comes to like Americans kind of doing something, because we have like way more things. Like you don't have like an excuse. I think more like in America, it's way more involved in our culture than I think it is in the United Kingdom for sure. Where I'm sure that she is from. So if she is like close with Ren and whatnot, I would imagine she is nowhere near American at heart. And she doesn't sound like she has like a little bit of an accent, which she sounds pretty good, like clearing up the accent overall. But I don't hate people who have like accents in like their overall music and stuff like that. I actually think it provides a lot of originality to what their voice sounds like. So I don't mind. I actually have a band that I like. I can't even remember off the top of my head. But they have a very like New England accent, and it comes out in some of the lyrics that they sing in their songs. And I like the fact that it like reminds me of that part of the country. So I like hearing the little bit of accents in somebody's music. So I think that's cool. Like I said, I am not the guy who is very good at pointing out like which accent is from what country. So I'm not even going to try to make a guess. You guys can let me know where Chinchilla is from. And you guys would be sure to let me know if I was wrong all along and she's an American artist, but I've just never heard of her like that, which I would have feel like I would have seen her name on a marquee somewhere, somehow, if she was indeed an American artist. But I could be wrong. I have been wrong before. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Please be sure to let me know what the next song from Chinchilla is. And if you have not joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. Until next time, I appreciate you for watching.